may be seated for our invocation through music.
Baba yetu liye mbinguni, yetu amina. Baba yetu liye, jina lako litukuzwe.
Baba yetu liye mbinguni, yetu amina. Baba yetu liye, jina lako litukuzwe.
Utupe leo chakula chetu, tunachohitaji utasamehe makosa yetu. Katika majaribu lakini na yule. Baba yetu liye mbinguni, yetu amina.
Baba yetu liye, jina lako litukuzwe.
Baba yetu liye mbinguni, yetu amina.
Baba yetu liye, jina lako litukuzwe.
Utupe leo chakula chetu, tunachohitaji utasamehe makosa yetu. Wasamehe waliotukosea, usitutie katika majaribu lakini tuokoe na yule.
Baba yetu liye, jina lako litukuzwe. Baba yetu liye, jina lako litukuzwe.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Please remain standing for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you
now we'll sing Great Is Thy Faithfulness.
Great is thy faithfulness, O God, my Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee. Thou changest not, thy compassions they fail not. As thou hast been, thou forever wilt be. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning new mercies I see. All I have needed thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Summer and winter and springtime and harvest, sun, moon, and stars in their courses above, join with all nature in manifold witness to thy great faithfulness, mercy, and love. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning new mercies I see. All I have needed thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Pardon for sin and a peace that endureth. Thine own dear presence to cheer and to guide. Strength for today, bright hope for tomorrow. Blessings all mine with 10,000 beside. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning new mercies I see. All I have needed thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me.
Well, good morning. Welcome to the commencement ceremony of Emmanuel College for the class of 2019. It is a delight to see this auditorium filled with parents, grandparents, spouses, relatives, alumni, and friends of our graduates. Now would be a good time to turn your phone to silent if you haven't already done so. Thank you. This morning, I welcome to the platform several special guests. Our commencement speaker, Dr. A.D. Beecham, Jr., General Superintendent and Presiding Bishop of the International Pentecostal Holiness Church. Mr. David Robertson, Chairman of the Board of Trustees, and Mr. Adam Beatles, Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees. Bishop Talmadge Gardner, Executive Director of World Missions Ministries for the IPHC. And the senior leadership team of the college, Mr. Greg Hearn, Executive Vice President, Dr. John Hensel, Vice President for Academic Affairs, Mr. Brian James, Vice President for Advancement, Ms. Donna Quick, Vice President for Enrollment, Dr. Tracy Reynolds, Vice President for Student Development, Mr. Nate Mormon, Director of Athletics. This is a very special moment in time as we celebrate today Emmanuel College's centennial commencement. Your graduation program contains a brief history of the college, albeit there are a couple of factual errors. I'll take the blame. Since the founding of Emmanuel College in 1919, the heartbeat of the institution has been to bring faith and learning to life. Reverend G.F. Taylor, the founder of Emmanuel College, believed that there should be a place for young men and women to receive a Christ-centered education. And that belief has continued throughout the college's 100-year history and under the 8 presidents who have followed Taylor. I'm wondering, are there any members of the previous presidents' families here today? If you are here, would you stand and be recognized? Occasionally, we do have some of them. Not today. Present today are members of the Emmanuel College Board of Trustees and their spouses. Would you please stand and be recognized? Also, members of the Emmanuel College Retiree Council, who are our retired staff and faculty members, and their spouses. Please stand and be recognized. Obviously, there are numerous family members of our graduates in the audience today who have been waiting with great anticipation for this special occasion. After all, walking across this stage are investments of many hours of encouragement, prayer, and money. You deserve to be congratulated. Would all the parents, grandparents, and spouses of graduates and children of graduates please stand? The secret to the success of any organization is the commitment to its employees, to its mission, vision, and values. Seated here are the dedicated faculty of Emmanuel College, who represent thousands of hours of graduate studies from dozens of colleges and universities, as well as many years of caring and sacrificial service to Emmanuel College and its students. Will the members of the Emmanuel College faculty please stand? Join me in expressing our appreciation to our faculty. I wish to express special appreciation to one faculty member who is retiring today, Dr. Tony Moon. Dr. Moon, would you please stand? And remain standing, please. Remain standing. Dr. Moon is professor of religion and joined our faculty in the fall of 1981. He has had a long and productive career. In addition to his teaching duties, he has spent the last few years researching and writing a biography of Bishop J.H. King entitled From Plowboy to Pentecostal Bishop. In 2017, this seminal work was published to wide acclaim. Please join me in an expression of appreciation to Dr. Moon. The staff of Emmanuel College also served with distinction in various areas of support for our faculty and students, and many of them are working the grounds. You met them as you came in to park your cars. The staff are pretty much out there, but a few are in here. So if you're on the Emmanuel College staff and you're in the auditorium, would you please stand and be recognized? There they are. Emmanuel College has a long history of service to the church and to the Northeast Georgia community in particular. Our graduates serve the state, the nation, and around the world in many professions and careers. I marvel at their successes, and I thank God for their contributions to society. This is a special place. As a graduate of Emmanuel, I know firsthand the difference this college made in my life and in the lives of my family members who have graduated from here. Many of you pray for Emmanuel College regularly and contribute time, energy, and money toward our success. From the bottom of my heart, may I say thank you for your help and support. Give yourselves a hand. Each year at commencement, we recognize members of our faculty and staff for admirable performances in their duties and service to the college and the campus community. The family of the late Lee and Lucille Fireball began funding the Fireball Award and Honorarium in 1975 to recognize an outstanding member of the faculty each year. The criteria for the Fireball Award include teaching or administrative excellence, commitment to professional growth, effective execution of duties, commitment to Christian values, responsiveness to students outside of the classroom, accountability, and overall impact on the campus community. This year, the Lee and Lucille Fireball Memorial Award and Honorarium is presented to two members of our faculty, Ms. Kathy Akery and Dr. Blake Rackley. Would Ms. Akery and Dr. Rackley please come to the stage? We do a pretty good job of hiding this from the recipients, but Kathy is administrative faculty in the registrar's office, and I had my little folders, and on top is Kathy Akery, and she walked into the room a minute ago. She said, "What's my name doing there?" I said, "You're not supposed to see that?" And she said, "Okay." First, Ms. Akery. She began working in the registrar's office in July 2007. She is administrative faculty who serves as associate registrar. She earned her Associate of Science degree in Business Administration and her Bachelor of Arts in English, both from Emmanuel College. She was valedictorian of her graduating classes. That tells you something right there. She also earned a Master of Arts degree in Secondary English Education from Piedmont College. Kathy manages her responsibilities in exemplary fashion, whether it's advising students, evaluating transcripts, processing academic eligibility, or managing countless other duties. She has also served as an adjunct instructor. Her supervisor had this to say about Kathy: "Emmanuel College is blessed to have someone as capable as Kathy serving here. She puts her intelligence and work ethic into every task she performs. She works quietly behind the scenes, making sure that the registrar's office positively impacts the myriad of on-campus and outside customers each day. She greets everyone with a smile and a professional attitude, giving knowledgeable answers to meet their needs." Kathy is married to Andrew, and they have one child, Lucas. Congratulations to the 2019 co-recipient of the Lee and Lucille Fireball Memorial Award, Ms. Kathy Akery. The second recipient is Dr. Blake Rackley. Dr. Rackley is a professor of psychology who joined the faculty in the fall of 2008. He earned his Bachelor of Arts degree in psychology from Emmanuel College. He then furthered his education at Regent University, earning master's and doctorate degrees in clinical psychology. Blake is a hard worker who has a caring heart, especially for our students. In addition, he volunteers in various ways, especially in support of world missions. In the last several years, he has chosen to use part of his summers, a time when he could rest and take his leisure, to instead lead mission trips to Uganda and Kenya, among other places. Students speak well of him, and he is an effective presenter and teacher both on and off campus. One of his peers had this to say about Blake: It was a good day when Blake came back to Emmanuel College. He is a great friend and an outstanding professor who pours himself daily into the lives of his students." Now, one of his special interests is photography. He is quite the professional. and many of his photos make their way into Emmanuel's publications. He is seen at many events around campus doing his photography thing, especially at athletic events, and even this morning as we were taking pictures of our graduates. Blake is married to Elizabeth, and they have 2 children, John Michael and Kirsten. Congratulations to the 2019 co-recipient of the Lee and Lucille Fireball Memorial Award, Dr. Blake Rackley. The Lorraine Wells Melton Support Staff Award recognizes the hardworking members of the Emmanuel College staff. Mrs. Melton was the first lady of the college during Dr. Culberth Melton's tenure as president, but she also served as a dedicated employee in the business office of the college for nearly 30 years. I don't think I've ever known a more genuine and kind-hearted person as Mrs. Melton. She was patient to a fault, caring, and always supportive of the needs of our students. She was a model employee who handled her responsibilities with competence and skill. The criteria for the Melton Award include effective execution of duties, commitment to professional growth, responsiveness to students, commitment to Christian values, and overall impact on the campus community. The 2019 Lorraine Wells Melton Support Staff Award is presented to Ms. Ashley Westbrook. Where are you, Ashley? Okay, there she is. Didn't see her at first. As she makes her way to the stage, let me tell you a little bit about her. Ms. Westbrook began serving as Director of Public Relations in 2016. She is hardworking and can be seen all over campus seeking out stories that promote the college. She takes pictures and videos. She writes the narrative we present to the public, and she is our voice to the media. Ashley earned a bachelor's degree in communication studies from Clemson University and a master's degree in mass communication and journalism, get this, from the University of South Carolina. Now, those of you not from this area perhaps did not understand the complexity there. But Clemson and USC are arch rivals. She's got a divided house within her. But there's no question to her alma mater loyalty. She is a Clemson Tiger through and through. Ashley is the executive editor of Forward Magazine, a primary publication of the college for alumni and friends. She manages our web content and initiated student, faculty, and alumni spotlights, which are articles that feature outstanding members of the Emmanuel family. She also publishes The Main, the college's weekly newsletter. One of her peers had this to say: Ashley is a delight to be around. She loves our students and employees and enjoys bragging about them in print. She is our chief storyteller, always pointing out to us and to the public how great the Emmanuel College people are and how wonderful the outcomes. Ashley is married to Seth, and they have one dog, Bowser. Congratulations to the 2019 recipient of the Lorraine Wells Melton Support Staff Award, Ms. Ashley Westbrook. Today, we are honored to have Dr. A.D. Beecham, Jr. to deliver our commencement address. Dr. Beecham is currently the chairman and presiding bishop of the International Pentecostal Holiness Church, or IPHC, which is the sponsoring denomination of Emmanuel College. Now, Doug and I were classmates at Emmanuel. Dare I say it, in 1967, we were freshmen. We became good friends, at least in part due to our love for music. We began singing that first term at Emmanuel, and that continued for the next 4 years, even after leaving Emmanuel. Back then, Emmanuel was a 2-year college. So we both graduated with AA degrees in 1969 at the college's bicentennial. Now we find ourselves 50 years later, he is presiding bishop and me as president, celebrating Emmanuel's centennial. Go figure. Graduates, you never know where the future's going to lead you. After graduating from Emmanuel, Doug continued his education at the University of Georgia, earning his bachelor's degree in '71. He earned his master's and doctorate degrees from Union Theological Seminary. He returned to Emmanuel in 1977 to join the faculty and served the college for 5 years. He left Emmanuel in 1982, but remained in the community to pastor the Franklin Springs Church. He was then elected to conference superintendent of the Georgia Conference, where he served until his election to IPHC national office. Dr. Beecham is the author of several books, among them Rediscovering the Roles of Apostles and Prophets and Plugged In to God's Power. His wife Susan is with us today. Susan, would you please stand and be recognized? She is also a graduate of Emmanuel, and they have 2 children, Beth and Douglas, who are also graduates of EC, and 2 grandchildren, Caroline and Lib, who are future students and graduates of EC. Doug, we are so proud of you and your many achievements. We are thrilled to claim you as one of our own, and it is a great honor to introduce you as our 2019 Centennial Commencement Speaker. Dr. Beecham.
President Ron White, to the Board of Trustees and Chairman David Robertson, to Bishop and Mrs. Gardner, to your esteemed faculty here at Emmanuel College, to all the parents, families, and friends of the graduates, and particularly to all of you, the graduates of Emmanuel College. Congratulations to you on this very special day. I want to join with Dr. White and add, on behalf of the International Pentecostal Holiness Church, a special note of thanks to Dr. Tony Moon for the outstanding work in the biography of Bishop J.H. King. Thank you for that. That will serve not only this movement, but all of Pentecostal history for decades to come. I asked Dr. Moon, since he's retiring, would he mind taking on writing the definitive biography of G.F. Taylor? He has not agreed to do that yet. This is an important year. It's 100 years. I think you guys look really good to be 100 years old. The world has dramatically changed from 1919 to 2019. The highway that's just beyond these walls out there. Today we call it US 29. Back then in 1919, it was the Washington, D.C. to Atlanta highway. One of the reasons they chose this location was because there were plans for the building of an interurban electric railway from Atlanta to Anderson, South Carolina, and it would pass near here. Well, they didn't get the railway done, but they did keep the highway, for which we're grateful, or else none of us would be here today. Well, over the decades, one thing has remained constant. It's the commitment of individuals from decade to decade who were convinced that God has and had a purpose for this school. Through numerous trials and setbacks, those individuals, including people that are with us today, have never given up. And that's really what I want to speak to you about. Don't give up. Giving up has become somewhat epidemic. People give up. They give up because of lost hope. They give up because of failure. All kinds of reasons that affect the way we live. They give up on their marriages. They give up on their jobs. They give up on the promises they made to one another. And most significantly, they give up on themselves. That's the most damaging. And that manifestation of giving up on oneself generally shows itself in depression, and sadly, in the time in which we live, shows itself in widespread suicide. 20 veterans a day commit suicide in the United States. You think about, and some of you might be aware of this, the Netflix series that came out a couple of years ago, 13 Reasons Why. A series about teenagers, one teenager committing suicide. Studies have shown that right after that, a spike occurred of teenagers committing suicide. A couple of weeks ago, I read about students who were taking exams for university in India. And a couple of 100,000 of them failed these national exams. And out of that, 20 of them were so devastated they committed suicide. People give up. And they give up on life. And they give up on themselves. It's important that you and I remember that the name of this college is a primary reason why we don't give up. This college is named Emmanuel. You know that that's a Hebrew word out of Isaiah 7:14. It's referenced in the birth narrative of St. Matthew in chapter 1, verse 23. It's a prophecy of the birth of Jesus of Nazareth, and it includes his virgin mother. Emmanuel means God with us. A few months ago, I heard Leonard Sweet, who's a faculty member at Drew University and at George Fox University, an astute observer of the contemporary scene. I heard Leonard Sweet make this comment. He was talking about the name Emmanuel and its translation, God with us. He said this, God's middle name is with. That stuck with me because it's the basis of why we don't give up. It's the basis of the existence of this college for 100 years. It is only because God is with us that we are here today. That was the case in the fall of 1918, and especially the last week of December 1918, when G.F. Taylor moved from Falcon, North Carolina, to Franklin Springs, Georgia. That school, then named Franklin Springs Institute, began on January the 1st, 1919. 11 years later, in January 1930, Taylor looked back to that beginning and penned these words. It's now been 11 years since I came to Franklin Springs. I came with high expectations and soon met sore and bitter disappointments. I came at the request of a few individuals. I came to find a handful of friends in the community. I came and found dormitories and no school building. When he wrote in January 1930, he didn't realize how close it was that this school that he founded, how close it would be before it closed, primarily because of the Great Depression. In the fall of 1931, this school closed due to, in Taylor's own words, quote, the present financial embarrassment. But in spite of that, Taylor and others did not give up. They understood that God had begun something here, and God was committed to be with them in spite of the trials and difficulties they faced. Taylor even immediately after that tried to get the Pentecostalist church to sell him the property and let him start his own private school here. I need to tell you that I am very thankful that the leaders of the denomination did not do that. They also were determined to not give up. After 2 years, the Pentecostal Holiness Church committed itself to reopening this school, and it opened in September of 1933. It only happened because there were people in this community, people with a dream for education, and people across this church who said, we refuse to give up. 14 months after Taylor came back to the school, Taylor died on November the 16th, 1934. And you can go over to the cemetery in Franklin Springs and see his grave. In June of 1939, the name of the college was changed to its current name, Emmanuel, God with us. I'm very grateful that through the decades, there are hundreds of faculty who didn't give up. I'm very thankful that there are hundreds of administrators and staff who did not give up. And I'm very thankful that there are thousands like you, like me, Dr. White, our spouses, others on this platform. We came here and we did not give up. I want you to look around this campus. If you're visiting here, pay attention to what's above me. And when you walk out, you'll see the signs that read, pray first, pray through, pray together. They are not mere mottos. They reflect the spirit and the vision of President White, the administration, the faculty, the students, and the Pentecostal Holiness Church. As you know, this college went through another major crisis several years ago. You are here today because those individuals, many of them that are in this room, many of them who gave and are not known by name to most of us, they did not give up. They knew they could call on the one whose middle name is with. I want you to take a moment, because about 8 years ago, we were not sure we would get to a centennial. I want you to take a moment and give thanks to God with a praise offering that we did not give up. You know, the theme of Don't Give Up really became a reality for me and for Susan at the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta. Our family had bought tickets and attended some of the events. Back in those days, I was running a little bit. It was much slower than it appeared. And I enjoyed the track and field events. I wanted to go and watch the great runners, a runner like Michael Johnson. I wanted to watch him run, and I did. I saw him win an Olympic medal, gold medal. But I need to tell you about the runner that I most remember. You've never heard of her, most of you. She was a Nigerian woman. Her name was Rashida Mahamani. I watched her run the trial heat of the women's 5,000 meters. She didn't win. In fact, out of 45 runners, she was number 45. She ran the 5,000 women's meters in slightly over 19 minutes, 5 minutes behind the eventual Olympic champion. You know, initially, as you know in track and field, there are a lot of things going on. Initially, I really had no interest because I didn't know any of the names in a pack of 8 or 9 or 10 women who were simply running multiple times around the track. But what caught my attention was this one woman who was running slowly and immediately was getting further behind. I later learned her name, Rashida Mahamani. She was lapped by everyone. By this time, I'm turning to my wife and I'm saying, what's wrong with that woman? Look at her. I can do better than that. And I was embarrassed for her. I thought, she's embarrassing herself, her country. I kept waiting for her to do what I would have done. You know, pull up with a hamstring or fake a cramp and get off. She was then lapped a second time by everyone. Everybody finished but her, the 5,000 meters, and off they went. To finish the race, she had to run the track twice by herself in front of 50,000 people, and God only knows how many on television. I was curious, what is she going to do? I knew she had to run it twice for her name to be with a time rather than next to her name, DNF, did not finish. She started running the first of 2 laps by her lonesome. She couldn't speed up. She kept the same pace. And she started coming around. And I found myself all of a sudden shifting in my emotional response to her. I wasn't yet ready to fully invest in her because I didn't want her to hobble off and not finish the race. But I was no longer laughing at her. I was not any longer embarrassed for her. I started thinking, will she do it? will she finish it? She came around. She has that 100 meters before she has that spot again where she'll just run off and be forgotten, or she'll do one more lap by herself. When she started that last lap, all of a sudden, thousands of people, she had no idea people were watching. Thousands of people in that section jumped up and began to cheer her. She came around to the next section, cheering her. She came around to where Susan and I were. We jumped to her feet. I remember what I was crying. I was yelling to the top of my lungs, "Go, girl, go. Do it. Do it. Don't give up. Don't give up." I was cheering for her as she finished this race. When she got there to the end, and she comes to the final 100 meters. I had watched earlier Michael Johnson win a gold medal on that final 100 meters. She's running by it. Nobody's going to remember her except a Pentecostal holiness preacher and about 1,800 of you today. She runs that last 100 meters. She'll never be on a Wheaties box. She's not going to get a Nike contract. But I remember her. She crossed the finish line. She fell down. They rushed out, picked her up, and took her off to a thundering ovation. I can still hear the cheers right now because she did not give up. Now, Rashida Mahamani was not and will not be an Olympic champion, but she's a life champion. She won. She didn't give up. For the rest of your life, you're going to experience great joy, great blessings, great opportunities. You're going to experience challenges that are going to press you, that are going to make you grow, that are going to make you wonder, do I just walk away from this? Do I give up? You've got one right in your own class who is a living testimony for you about don't give up. All of you in this class, you know Jacob Saunier. He's your classmate. He's not given up. All of you know that. You know it. But you're also going to experience, I hate to tell you this, you're going to experience a lot of losses in life. People you love are going to die. Dreams you had are not going to come to fruition. People are going to disappoint you. You're going to, at times, disappoint yourself. In those dark moments, don't give up. I want you to do me a favor, this class. I want you to look your neighbor in the eye. I want you to say to them this: I promise you, I will not give up. Do it. Look at your neighbor. Now listen to me. I want you to be really specific. Look at your neighbor. This is really serious stuff. Say, I promise you, I will call for help. I will not commit suicide. Say it. Nobody in this class is going to be that kind of statistic. The reason? God's middle name. He's with you. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Beecham. Let's give him another hand. That was great. Will Sydney Driver, Rachel Burge, Alicia Phillips, Jack Fitzpatrick, and Kyla Maxwell Brown please come to the stage and stand just to my left? You can come all the way. We want to present 2 awards. One is to recognize what we call our faculty awards, and also to recognize our valedictorians this morning. Each year, the faculty award is presented to 2 graduates in recognition of their overall performance while enrolled in Emmanuel College. This award is considered the highest award a student can receive at Emmanuel. Recipients are selected by the faculty by secret ballot and are recognized during this graduation ceremony. Criteria considered by the faculty in the selection process include scholarship, Christian commitment, citizenship and attitude, potential and participation in extra class activities. The 2 winners this year are Rachel Burge and Alicia Phillips. Come on up. First, we'll recognize Rachel, and you can stay standing. Rachel's an honor graduate, summa cum laude. She's a native of New Zealand, and when she came here, she knew nothing about Emmanuel College when she was recruited to join the archery team just a month and a half before her first school year began. I can't imagine coming halfway around the world and landing right here. However, she had a good feeling about it, knowing God was calling her to be here. And we as a college are much better for that decision. From an interview she did a couple years back, Rachel's advice to other international students looking to attend college in the U.S. was this: I would just say, do it. It's one of the biggest things that I could have ever done. Moving countries, it opens up your mind so much, and I know that I think of things very differently now. Just the number of new people you meet, the campus itself, is a reason to come to Emmanuel, let alone the American culture. Those who know Rachel are aware of her strong commitment to Christ, her keen wit, her keen, dry sense of humor, and how she's been involved on campus. Here are just a few of those things. She's a biology major with a minor in business. She's a member of Alpha Chi National Honor Society, has served as president of the Student Senate, president of Tri Beta Science Honor Society, as well as president of Sigma Tau Delta Business Honor Society, and is a member of Chi Alpha Sigma Athletic Honor Society. She is a member of the Science Club and the mixed archery team where she served as captain. She received All-American Academic Honors in 2015, 17, and 18, and she's been a peer mentor for the Emmanuel Foundation's program. She has also served as a resident assistant and admissions counselor and as a tutor in the Academic Resource Center. She was also recognized last year with the Dr. Frank Mann Science Scholarship. Her future plans are to pursue a PhD and an MD to contribute to research and exploring alternative cancer therapies. I think you can see why she's very deserving of this work. Congratulations, Rachel. The second award winner is Alicia Marie Phillips, also honor graduate, summa cum laude. From a recent interview, we know this about Alicia and her heart. At a young age, Alicia Phillips felt led to mission work. She said, and I quote, "I remember as a little girl, different services about missions would tug at my heart. I would find myself crying at the end of a service, even as a little girl. When the opportunity arose for Alicia to travel to Haiti on a missions trip in 2014, she didn't hesitate. I always knew that God was leading me in that direction," Alicia said. "Going on that trip and putting a face with the countries, there's no doubt that that's where I am at home. That's what I love." Growing up in Chuckey, Tennessee, and attending Ashway Pentecostal Holiness Church in Camp Maranatha, there was one other thing Alicia didn't doubt, that she would attend Emmanuel College. When I was in middle school, the players and a few recruiters came to camp, and I noticed how much of a family they were. I just knew this was where God was leading me to be. I believe in Emmanuel, and I believe in the IPHC, so this has been a dream. And as with Rachel, Emmanuel is much the better for having her spend her college years here. She is a math ed major, completing the honors program requirements. She's served as a residence chaplain. She's been a member of the Residence Life team and has served as a peer mentor for the Emmanuel Foundation's program. She's been a member of the Lady Lions soccer team and has participated with Players Drama Ministry. Her short-term plans are to trust God following his leading as he opens doors for influencing the next generation of young people. Her long-term calling is, in her own words, to take my education to the missions field. I want to take my education degree and the ministry training I've received and provide opportunities to achieve job and skills and do discipleship in the third world. Alicia, congratulations. All right, now we have 3 valedictorians to honor today. The first is this year's associate degree valedictorian, Sydney Brooke Driver. Sydney, come on up here. Sydney is earning the Associate of Science in Allied Health, and she's graduated with a perfect 4.0 GPA. She is a member of the Emmanuel softball team and will be attending the Augusta University School of Nursing in the fall to receive her RN. Sydney, we congratulate you. There are 2 baccalaureate degree valedictorians this year, both also graduating with a perfect 4.0 GPA. They are Jack Fitzpatrick and Kyla Maxwell Brown. Jack is a business administration major with a concentration in management. He's a member of the Alpha Chi National Honor Society and Chi Alpha Sigma Athletic Honor Society. He has also served as a Student Athlete Advisory Council member and the Student Leadership Academy and as a member of the men's basketball team. He has been recognized by Conference Carolinas with the Elite 23 Award and is an academic all-conference member. His future plans are attending grad school and eventually coaching college basketball. I've had him in class, and trust me, he's deserving of everything he's gotten. Congratulations, Jack. Kyla Tanae Maxwell Brown. Kyla is a kinesiology major with a concentration in physical therapy with a minor in English. She is a member of Alpha Chi National Honor Society and is graduating from the honors program of Emmanuel College. She is also a member of Chi Alpha Sigma Athletic Honor Society, the Kinesiology Club, and the Lady Lions volleyball team. She has been recognized as a scholar athlete for each of her 4 years at Emmanuel. Her future plans, get this, include attending Emory University's Doctorate of Physical Therapy program. Way to go, Kyla. Congratulations. Students, congratulations. Let's give them another round of applause. At this time, Jack is going to offer a valedictory address.
Growing up as a college basketball coach's son, I was afforded the opportunity to see many different institutions and pay close attention to what made each college or university special. Considering my dad's profession, it should come as no surprise that it was my dream to play college basketball. This goal, together with my understanding of the amount of schools around the country, meant that I was willing to go anywhere. I just wanted to make sure that wherever I went was special. So I applied to all the Ivy League schools, the Naval Academy, and countless others. I, of course, didn't get into any of those schools, but I kept trying. I actually did all I could in pursuit of my dream, transferred high schools, went to prep school. After I graduated, went on countless visits, but I just couldn't find the right fit. I even took a gap year after to try to improve my test scores and my skills as a player. Finding an institution that stood out to me kind of fell by the wayside as I kind of got fed up and just wanted to go to a school that wanted me. Fast forward to the summer of my gap year, 2 years removed from high school, and I still didn't have a college to attend. With the clock ticking, my girlfriend, who is still here with me today, invited me to go on vacation with her family to Hilton Head. I reluctantly accepted, hoping that I could work out while I was there to stay in shape. Of course, on our ride in, all I saw was tennis courts. I was convinced that there wasn't a hooper on the entire island. So one day when I wanted to work out, and the closest tennis court was locked, I decided to do some ball handling drills in the street. And that's when I ran into the late, great Bob Rosine, father of Emmanuel's basketball coach, T.J. Rosine. The next thing I knew, I was on my way to Emmanuel. They say that God works in mysterious ways. I'd say Franklin Springs is pretty mysterious. In fact, when I looked it up from my hometown of Buffalo, New York, it wasn't even on the map. Early in my first semester, I began to realize that Emmanuel was a special place, and that I had ended up at an exceptional institution after all. I thought my feelings may be unique due to God intervening in my life to bring me here, but I just couldn't ignore how great the people were at every turn. No, I'm not just talking about Southern hospitality. Everyone on campus was genuinely special. Being at a small school with people that actually care about you means that there's a face for every position and a relationship with every face. Whether it's Miss Pat or Miss Phyllis greeting us in the caf, Dr. Hensel's counseling, Miss Kendra throwing in an extra wing at Papa John's, any of our professors taking care of us by spending extra time with us, or just the bond shared with teammates or classmates. I couldn't figure out what had attracted such a large group of exceptional individuals to a place that I couldn't even find on Google Maps. It was not until late in my junior year that I realized everyone had some sort of story like mine. Kind of as you heard from all the speeches before me. From student athletes to pastors' kids to legacy students to coaches and even professors, nobody that shared their testimony started off with, "I always knew I would end up at Emmanuel." There's a great 20th century philosopher, Mike Tyson, that said everyone has a plan until they get hit. Despite the fact that many of us were blindsided by the opportunity to attend Emmanuel, we all still chose to go here. We may have had other plans, and many of you could be in 1,000 different places right now, but God had bigger and better plans. Perhaps Emmanuel's prestige doesn't come from billion-dollar endowments or single-digit acceptance rates. Perhaps Emmanuel's prestige comes from the type of people that choose to go here. Maybe what we all have in common is that God brought us here. You all are what makes Emmanuel special. To the class of 2019, I don't know where God might bring you next. Your next job, more than likely, is not going to be your dream job, with your dream house, or in your dream city. But I ask you to take the lessons that you have learned at Emmanuel with you wherever you go. You have taken the punches that life has thrown at you, and you have kept going. There will certainly be many more twists and turns throughout your life, but it is these twists and turns that make us into who we are. Rarely do we look back on life-changing or memorable moments only to find that everything went exactly according to plan. So when the next storm hits, attack it with excitement. As you take your next step into the unknown, I want to remind you that there are special people in special places all around this world. They just so happen to be disguised as ordinary. So it is simply up to us to uncover them. So class of 2019, wherever your next destination is, go with the confidence that you can make that place special too, as it wouldn't be the first time that God used you to make a seemingly ordinary place extraordinary. Thank you.
I guess it's my turn. Well, hello, class of 2019. First off, congratulations, everybody. Honestly, thank goodness this day is here, because I don't know about you guys, but I was not making it another semester. When I found out I would have the opportunity to give this speech, I really struggled with what I should say, or if I should even give the speech at all. In my mind, a valedictorian speech is supposed to be wise and witty, an inspirational speech that somehow eases our worries as we prepare to leave here and pursue new things. With the never-ending support of my two absolutely amazing parents, I sat down to write my speech, and like a true millennial, I went straight to Google. The one thing the 50 different speeches I listened to, touched on, were the shared experiences of the graduating classes. And that's hard to speak on here at Emmanuel because we are such a diverse school. We attract people from all over the world, and that's one of the things that makes coming here so special. The one thing I do know is that we all came to EC with an expectation, an idea or a dream of what these 4 years were going to hold. Some of us accomplished the dreams we started with, but some of us saw our dreams changed as we discovered new possibilities, new majors, and new interests. We have experienced so much while here at Emmanuel. We have pushed through the labs, the papers, the Christian ethics exams, and we all made it out alive. There has also been conference championships, national championships, graduate school acceptances, missions trips, the first ever study abroad programs for Emmanuel, engagements, marriages, and for some, the acceptance of Christ into their hearts. No matter the dreams and accomplishments, we came here with one idea, and we are leaving with another. As we walk across the stage, we are leaving here with new dreams, dreams that are as diverse as we are. It's exciting, but it's also a little terrifying. And as terrifying as it may seem, God knows what we can handle and what we can't. We may experience trials, but He will not let us be tempted beyond what we can bear. We have made it to this day, which is already a huge accomplishment that each and every one of us should be proud of. So with that in mind, congratulations once again, class of 2019. I can't wait to see all that we accomplish in the years to come.
Okay, it's time. All right. Will the candidates for the associate degree please stand? Our first order of business is to recognize the associate degree students graduating today. President White, on behalf of the registrar and faculty of Emmanuel College, I wish to present to you those students who have successfully completed all the requirements for their Associate of Arts or Associate of Science degrees.
By the authority vested in me as the president of the college, by the Emmanuel College Board of Trustees, and by the state of Georgia, and as a fully accredited institution of the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges, we are pleased to hereby confer the associate degrees you have earned with all the rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereto.
Now, as students are making their way to the stage, I would ask, and I know it will be ignored, that you hold your applause until all receive their diplomas and are off the stage and as we recognize them as a group. Sydney Brooke Driver, valedictorian. Destiny E. Ferguson, honor graduate. Morgan Lexi Roach, honor graduate. Allison Lydia Estrada, honor graduate. Jillian Lee Race, honor graduate. Alyssa Danielle Womack, honor graduate. Emily Ann Dixon, honor graduate. Hunter Gail Bryson, honor graduate. Aaron Joseph Dunaway. Samantha Leanne Farrow. Lindsay Michaela Fowler. Gabriel George Harrison. Bradford Scott Jernigan. Peyton Emmanuel Maddox. Elizabeth Marie O'Brien. Moran Christine Player. Mason Slater Roach. Taylor Danae Scotland. Okay, graduates, you may turn your tassels. Let's give them a hand. You may be seated. Now, will the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees please stand? Our next order of business is to recognize the baccalaureate degree students graduating today. President White, on behalf of the registrar and the faculty of Emmanuel College, I wish to present to you those students who have successfully completed all the requirements for their Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science degrees.
By the authority vested in me as the president of this college, by the Emmanuel College Board of Trustees, by the state of Georgia, and as a fully accredited institution of the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges, we are pleased to hereby confer the baccalaureate degrees you have earned with all the rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereto.
Again, as students are making their way to the stage, I fully expect you to applaud. You may be seated. Jack Ryan Fitzpatrick, valedictorian, summa cum laude. Kyla Tanae Maxwell Brown, valedictorian, summa cum laude. Ivy Maria Phillips, honor graduate, summa cum laude. Tony Kirsten Davis, honor graduate, summa cum laude. Alicia Marie Phillips, honor graduate, summa cum laude. Brittany Diane Langston, honor graduate, summa cum laude. Alana Jessica Long, honor graduate, summa cum laude. Brett Stephen Carey, honor graduate, summa cum laude. Zachary Vincent Wells, honor graduate, summa cum laude. Rachel Abigail Burge, honor graduate, summa cum laude. Kayla Michelle Ochoa, honor graduate, summa cum laude. Natalie Ann Stevenson, honor graduate, magna cum laude. Rebecca Lynn Collins, honor graduate, magna cum laude. Girl Kai Froberg, honor graduate, magna cum laude. Dustin William McNichol, honor graduate, magna cum laude. Chloe Dana O'Connor, honor graduate, magna cum laude. Joshua Daniel Giles Tompkins, honor graduate, magna cum laude. Katerina Magdalena Kitterlin, honor graduate, magna cum laude. Deja Janae Barthel, honor graduate, magna cum laude. Julie Molinda Blanc, honor graduate, magna cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Curtwright, honor graduate, magna cum laude. Perlan Mary Pantaleon Cipriano, honor graduate, magna cum laude. Juan Sebastian Riano, honor graduate, magna cum laude. Blair Springhall, honor graduate, magna cum laude. Mary Mulan Baxter, honor graduate, magna cum laude. Michaela Leanne Parham, honor graduate, magna cum laude. Michelle Danae Rowell, honor graduate, cum laude. Morgan Diane Harkness, honor graduate, cum laude. Jarrett Evan Mask, honor graduate, cum laude. Adrian Jakub Alexandrovich, honor graduate, cum laude. Carly-Ann Page Broom, honor graduate, cum laude. Eric Edvard Sundstrom, honor graduate, cum laude. Rachel Danielle Mash, honor graduate, cum laude. Emma Elizabeth Powell, honor graduate, cum laude. Brianna Faith Morgan, honor graduate, cum laude. Brianna Joelle Little, honor graduate, cum laude. Gabriel Alexander Eason, honor graduate, cum laude. Connor David Brooks, honor graduate, cum laude. Juliana Barbara Avalar Ribeiro, honor graduate, cum laude.
Zachary Taylor Adams. Katiana Alexis Aguilar. Enrique Rafael Alcazar Ortiz. John Samuel Allewine. Emily Marie Allgood. Alec James Emmons. Jordan Blake Barnett. John David Basson. Mark Allen Beardsley. Nico Becker. Caleb Matthew Bonaventure. Fontaine Botella. Joshua William Brannon. Jessica Morgan Brett. Kayla Christine Brown. Emily Elizabeth Burt. Alan Caballero Ramirez. Ronald Warren Kane. Haley Adele Chitwood. Emery Michael Klein. Georgia Riley Klingerman. Tierra Nicole Cobbs. Connor Austin Cohey. Kendrick Deshaun Colvin. David Stephen Contreras. Major Donovan Kuzan. Caitlin Brianna Crook. Abigail Marie DeFabio. Abby Morgan Duckett. Andrew John Dunnett. Carrie Nicole Eaton. Michael Hunter Edens. Rafael Figueredo Mendez. Brittany Ann Nicole Fivash. Cameron Bailey Free. Barbara Ashley George. Sierra Randell Gomez. Daniel Lee Gooden III. Julian Austin Green. Michael Stephen Gwynn. Asia Ravonda Henderson. Madison Lynn Hopper. Jerry Leland Jones. Genesis Taylor Nadine Jones. Clayton Walker Jones.
Nicole Amber Craning. Juwan Tyler Lamar. Edgar Joseph Ethelbert Langdon IV. Rachel Kirsten Lawrence. Colleen Lane Malone. Demetrius Alexander Maloney. Melissa Karina Janelle Madison. Kanisha Monet Maddox. Kayla Christine Medlin. Caitlin Alexandria Meekins. Evan Logan Milford. Shemaya Shantae Moyer. Cooper Guy Murphy. Chase Michael Parker. Justin Edward Parker. Hannah Elizabeth Powell. Adam McGraw Presley. Dylan Charles Purcell. Aaron Gabrielle Putnam. Stanislaus Christian Rachinsky. Congratulations. Tavish Dijon Reynolds. Grace Deborah Roberts. Craig James Russell. Jacob Michael Saunier. Nicholas Michael Scheiman. Megan Elizabeth Short. Alexandria Hope Schubert. Stephen Eric Skeggs. Dylan Craig Smith. Isabella Krista Smith. Roman Alexander Tavani. Samantha Aubrey Thacker. Aaron Harden Thornton. Derek Michael Vandiver. Cody Dean Waters. Hakeem Leo West. Mason Chuja White. Nathan Eric Williams. John Paul Williams. Christopher Paul Wilson.
All right, you may all stand, except for just the baccalaureate for right now. It's their turn. Graduates, you may turn your tassels. Let's give them a hand. If the associate degree would also stand, and then all of you remain standing and Mr. Brian James will come to induct you into the Alumni Honor Society.
Congratulations, graduates. My name is Brian James. I'm the Vice President for Advancement here at Emmanuel. Today we celebrate you for the outstanding accomplishments as you reach these new milestones of success in your life. In addition to the degree that you've received, you may add to your accomplishments the recognition of becoming the newest members of the Emmanuel College Alumni Association. Today, this organization has over 9,000 members, with Emmanuel College graduates serving all over the world. Today, we, the Emmanuel alumni, congratulate you in becoming the newest members of the organization and also the Centennial graduates. Our hope is that during your time here, you have learned the importance of faith, learning, and living. And you understand that working hard to accomplish a goal is an admirable and worthwhile endeavor, and that by placing your faith and trust in God is the key to living a life of purpose and significance. Be proud of your accomplishments and know that the entire Emmanuel Alumni Association is cheering for you today. We congratulate you and we pray that God will give you strength for the journey. He will give you courage to shine, and He will give you heavenly favor to accomplish great victories in your life. God bless you all, and congratulations.
Let's all stand for the alma mater.
In the great warm heart of Georgia, towering o'er the hills, stands Emmanuel in her splendor, God with her doth dwell. Wave the banner high to heaven, loud her praises swell. Unto thee, our alma mater, hail Emmanuel. To the height she calls us daily, more of truth to see. Living symbols of Christ's teaching, we will strive to be. Wave her banner high to heaven, louder praises swell. Unto thee, our alma mater, hail Emmanuel.
You may be seated.
Somewhere far from nowhere I grew both strong and tall, longing to become, but knowing not the path at all. But the footprints of the winter melted to fields of spring. One must embrace before I cross the threshold. sail. Wisdom and truth will guide your deep heart's journey through all travail. Oh, stay your soul and leave my heart its song. Oh, stay your hand, the journey may be long. And when we part and sorrow can't be swayed, remember when and let your heart be stayed. Omnia souls temperat, absens in remota, amame fideliter, fidem meum nota. Oh, stay your soul and leave my heart its song. Oh, stay your hand long. And when we part and sorrow can't be swayed, remember and let your heart be saved. Be saved. All rise, please. Please pray with me. On this your day of graduation, may God's blessing rest upon you. May his love light up your life. May hope spring from your hearts as you look towards tomorrow. May your days be filled with great adventures and discoveries. And may you live, love, and give your best to the glory of our eternal Father. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Amen.